Okay, this is how to clean paint. My wife drove across the yellow line, and this is what is left, the whole side of the Jeep all the way. I was able to clean it off the paint using my fingernail and stuff, but this was that the whole side of it looked like that. It was worse than this. You can see up in the wheel well, if you picked it up on the tires, threw it down the whole side of it, and I've done this much of it. Up in here, I started off in the wheel well so I could see what I needed to do. Down here you can see where it's clean, and then I went to the outside and around the corner. And now that the sun's coming out, I can see that how much splotching there is, because when you're using this chemical, it will do that. That's why the dealer said, or the body shop said, no, we'll replace it, we won't clean it. She apparently did this about a week ago before she told me. So anyway, what I did for the heavy stuff, I took one of these, sprayed carburetor cleaner on that, and then scrubbed it off. Then I went to a rag after I got the worst off, sprayed it with carburetor cleaner, cleaned it. As soon as it got to where it wasn't heavy, I thinned down the carburetor cleaner on the rag, sprayed some so that it wasn't full strength. I sprayed some of this awesome orange, it's a grease cleaner breaker, onto the rag, and then scrubbed with that to get the paint off. And then I used this orange fantastic stuff for a cleaner. They say the orange provides some kind of way to put moisture back in it, and this obviously takes moisture out. And then when I was done with those three, I sprayed with kitchen cleaner to make sure I got it all off as much as I could, because I don't want it to look like that when I'm done. And I have just started there, so you can see what I did there. I just wiped it off. When I'm done, I use these soft chamois to clean it all up with. I use, it's not a credit card, but the edges of this to scrape some of the heavy off. The reason I don't want to do it all, because that does scrape the paint. You can use your fingernail and some lighter stuff, and that takes off some, but it was heavier than that. This is not the worst. It was heavier than that all the way around. So this is about 2 hours work. They wanted about, because the other side I still have to do. I think it was $180 for this panel, $100 and some for this one, $100 and some for that one. The wheel molding was around 80 or 90 bucks, and another 80 or 90 for the front. Plus we're going to have to do $300 for the bumper, back bumper as well, and then the other side. So all in all, we estimated between $2,000 and $3,000 in replacement cost, because they weren't going to try this cleaner. And honestly, new would be better, but it's a 2014 with 30,000 miles on it, so I'm just going to be happy with this. Hopefully, if you run into this, this will help you out. Seems to be doing the trick. We're not seeing a lot of splotches, and going over into the sun side, what I was worried about is not happening. I don't know how good you can see it, but it is not staining. That's the big thing. That was why I started off underneath, because I want to make sure I didn't wind up with staining from using the carb cleaner, which is what effectively took the place of the acetone that some of the other places suggested. Anyway, good luck. Hope this helps.